Okay guys, quick rundown on our project Big Red Mower. First off, right over here in the front, we'll take a quick peek at our radiator. As you can see, like most Farmall radiators, the top of that has been dented or dinged and bashed. As we got to working on it, the guy that I took it to in Bushnell, Illinois, we found out that the inside of the radiator is full of scale, which was part of the reason why the tractor was running hot on me. Second thing, as we delved into this tractor a little deeper, we found a couple of pinholes and a crack in that manifold. So while we were at it, we decided to do a refurbishment on this tractor in the ag shop. So we started with doing the basics. We had a leaky valve cover gasket, ordered one of those in and replaced it. We had a bad manifold, ordered in a new one, went through and replaced it. The radiator proved a little trickier to find, but we did find a nice copper core one here. It doesn't fit perfect. However, outside of having to drill this top hole a little bigger, I have had no issues with any of the bolt holes lining up here, or even underneath here. It stands up nice and straight, as you can see. We've taken a little time to get that where we think it needs to be. Unfortunately, the ag teacher left the hood at home, so I have to bring that back tomorrow. We also took the time to put in a new water pump. The old one, once we got it off there, surprisingly enough, found out we had a bad bearing. So I think the overheating problem was part radiator, part water pump, and for a 70-year-old tractor, I'm not going to complain for putting that money into it. We went ahead and pulled the water jacket off, pulled the thermostat out, we cleaned all those parts, we flushed the engine out. The engine looks pretty clean on the inside, and we have reinstalled with new thermostat, new gaskets. Right now we're just finishing up getting the hoses and the belts on, and I hope sometime here in the near future we can start this thing up again. But as you can see, it's not a fancy Farmall H by any means, but it has proven to be a pretty good project for the kids that are thinking about becoming a mechanic. Our next step, as you can see, we've got our mower deck jacked up. We're just going to go through and do basic winter maintenance on the mower. We're going to grease, take the blades off and sharpen, reinstall them, and hopefully put the new belt on and be ready to go. Now at the back of the tractor, we got that same problem that we always have. As you can see, we're going to have to tear into the PTO and put a new seal in. Luckily, the gentleman that I got the alternator kit from, Charlie's Repair, had PTO seals because I was having trouble finding them there for a little bit. Alright, so we're going to pop that apart, put those two seals in, and reinstall that, and then the big wheel. And outside of that, gentlemen, I consider that project finished for the kids. And, we're probably going to go ahead and change the oil too. But I'm hoping that gives us a pretty good project with a chargeable tractor, with a good thermostat, correct radiator, so that we can mow at any temperature as I go forward with it. I bought this tractor like 2 years ago in semi-running condition. I've mowed with it for the last 2 years without really a whole lot of trouble other than it getting hot on hot days, and I just didn't mow with it on hot days. So this proved to be a pretty good project this fall for the kids to get into. Price-wise, the radiator was $275 plus shipping. The new manifold was $195. The water pump was $100. And then the alternator kit and other pieces I think were like 200 and something, 220, 230. So while that does add up to a significant amount of money, I've mowed with it for 2 years now on a pasture that's about 10 acres, so it doesn't owe me a dime. And stick around for the rest of it as we get the rest of the pieces put on and updated and hopefully running.